Hello everyone, my name is Matvey, I'm the director of GLOBUS Elite Furniture from China. Do you still think that the Chinese are only capable of making replicas and copies of famous brands? Then in this video, we're going to show you the opposite. This factory specializes specifically in its own design and has its own in-house design bureau. They work with premium materials, everything is handmade, and all models are completely original. This factory also produces furniture in the Art Deco, neoclassical, and modern styles. We'll show you everything in this episode, so give us a thumbs up. Let's go! We're greeted by this gorgeous area with a modular sofa that's 5.6 meters long. The upholstery is made of suede that imitates reptile skin. It looks quite interesting, original, and beautiful. As for comfort, I personally like the sofa. It's quite soft, but you can make it even softer. To do that, you just need to talk to the factory manager at the ordering stage. I liked the even seams here. Take a look at this open type seam, which is often found on sofas. Baxter also wanted to show you an interesting feature. This is a beautifully designed coffee table that's seamlessly built right into its sturdy, elegant wooden base. This distinctive wooden base features a truly unique and visually appealing upholstery, adding a touch of sophisticated charm to the overall aesthetic. It's also suede, done in a woven pattern. Take a look at how interestingly it's made, and the sofa overall too. Actually, I think the main inspiration here was the Baxter PAF sofa, but this one stands out with more expensive materials and inlays. For example, these kinds of tables make it look, in my opinion, even more luxurious than the Baxter PF model. Take a look at this interesting console. The tabletop is made from Pandora marble. It's a very beautiful and popular pattern. I also want to show you the leg. The leg is made entirely of suede. Look, it's like a Roman column. And metal and marble are also used in the base as the leg that supports this structure. So I think this very original console could become a highlight and a real gem in your interior. I also wanted to show you another interesting cabinet. The cabinet is upholstered in this beautiful suede. Here, gold elements are built in as handles and as a lower beam, which adds extra decoration. In addition, it also uses Pandora marble, a very beautiful pattern. And overall, I think this cabinet can serve as both a sideboard and a wine cabinet. You could even put it in your office. In other words, it's very versatile. I like it. In 15 years of work, it would seem that our company has already become acquainted with most of the best manufacturers in our province. But we actually met this factory just a year ago when we saw them at an exhibition. We found this factory interesting because they don't work with replicas but focus on producing original models. I know that some of our clients have a request like this. They don't want to buy, let's say, a sofa for $50,000, but they also don't want to buy a copy or a replica because they want to have a more interesting original design, not the same design as everyone else. And this factory is exactly the one that meets that need. And many of our clients are interested in this for projects in Dubai, Moscow, America, and really all over the world. It's exactly these kinds of factories that can offer something interesting in terms of design, but at the same time, there are no compromises when it comes to luxury. In terms of production quality, in terms of the materials used, because they focus solely on manufacturing, specifically luxury materials such as marble, natural suede, natural leather, and the finest fabrics. In other words, only the best for you and your projects, so that your design project looks as impressive as possible. As part of the furniture tour, you can come to us and simply visit this showroom. I highly recommend it so you can see everything in person and check how comfortable it is to sit on this sofa, how much you like this design in general. I think you'll be satisfied. If you're interested in this service, please submit your requests via WhatsApp, use the form, or visit our website, and we look forward to seeing you on the furniture tour in China. I especially like how this factory works with upholstered furniture, particularly with sofas. Take a look at this model. It features very smooth lines, a minimum of decorative elements, and will easily fit into Art Deco, neoclassical, and modern styles. Here, a meticulously crafted tufted upholstery technique is expertly utilized, but thanks to the incredibly soft and wonderfully yielding seat, you absolutely do not get that common and often undesirable effect where sofas with traditional tufting are frequently perceived as uncomfortable and excessively hard. You can clearly see I've personally tried it many times already, and I genuinely do feel exceptionally comfortable and completely at ease. It's truly very convenient and remarkably pleasant. The cushion sinks in, and of course when you touch the genuine suede, let me tell you friends, it's a completely different sensation. It really adds those pleasant tactile emotions. There's also an interesting element here in the form of a single unified insert. This is also suede, and the suede has a pressed pattern that imitates weaving, but in fact there's no real weaving here. Also friends, I wanted to tell you that the factory of course, makes many decorative elements, such as coffee tables. For example, here there are 2 options made from natural marble and one is behind me. Just take a look. Here, the decorative design of the showroom is actually used. What do you think? Is this marble or sintered stone? In fact, it's sintered stone. By the way, we filmed a separate episode about this material. It's really cool, I like it. Check it out, follow the link above. We also filmed an episode about marble tables because I love both sintered stone and marble tables equally. They're just for different purposes, and for different projects you need to understand how to choose. But in fact, both are really great materials and each has its pros and cons. Watch the video for more details about this. Look at how well sintered stone replicates the effect of marble. It's hard to tell the difference. Here you can also see a model of the sofa in blue, so there are 2 options, beige and blue. There can be many color options. You can order because the factory offers a wide selection of colors. And as part of the furniture tour, you can come, see all the upholstery options you need and choose according to your project. What do you think of these models? Let us know in the comments, friends. Here we see another sofa that uses tufted upholstery, but it uses it not only on the inside, on the inner backrest, but also on the outside. This sofa can be placed in the center of the room, not just against the wall. In general, the designers told us that the main idea behind this sofa is that it symbolizes the fast pace of life and is primarily aimed at a younger generation. That is, you can work on this sofa, relax, watch a movie, or just lounge around with your laptop. And you can also entertain guests. The sofa is made in a semicircle, which allows you to arrange the seating so that it's convenient to look at each other and have conversations. As I mentioned earlier, the factory creates its own designs, and apparently to surprise people, they made this kind of table. Let me tell you a bit about the materials. The table here has a cylindrical edging made of genuine suede. There's marble here, acrylic here, and there's also this interesting chain which is very heavy. Honestly, this table gives me mixed feelings. I can't quite figure it out. It's definitely very interesting. Or maybe, on the contrary, they've just thrown everything together here and it's a bit too much. What do you think, friends? Let me know in the comments. I also want to show you this armchair, which is very soft and comfortable. I've already sat in it several times, but it's made according to a specific design. It's done like this, a mix of leather and suede in these colors. What do you think? Would this design suit you? Would you buy it for yourself? For fans of modern style, I highly recommend paying close attention to this table. A very beautiful stone is used for the tabletop. This rotating tray can be removed to turn it into a traditional classic table. But the main highlight here is, of course, the leg, the base. Just look at how beautiful the leg is. It's already, you could say, a work of art and somewhat resembles a bud. In addition, I took a look at how the table is made. Everything is crafted with the highest quality and care, and I was especially pleased with the details. These gold elements here, this is metal, are made without scratches and executed as perfectly as possible, which is not the case at every factory. In fact, it's rare to see such flawless workmanship. I'm very satisfied. An interesting bedroom in the neoclassical style. It's immediately clear that the manufacturer was inspired by the Visionnaire brand when creating this bed. Among the interesting features, take a look at the built-in lights. They were installed in the headboard and they can provide either primary or additional lighting for you. You have to agree it's an original solution. Friends, I want to remind you that if you need furniture, buying furniture in China is a great opportunity. It's an excellent opportunity, not only to save money, but most importantly, to get exclusive furniture for your projects. The selection of models can simply blow your mind. In addition, you can come to China in person and we will accompany you, take you by the hand, guide you through the factories, and help you with your choices. Our team includes professional managers and translators. They will assist you at every stage. All you need to do is focus on choosing, or you can do everything and make your purchase online. Our developers have been working on a platform for over 5 years, and there is nothing else like it. There, you can check prices, organize products by room, and do much, much more. Follow the link and see everything for yourself. It's very convenient. Here's another gorgeous option for your bedroom. The bed base and headboard are made from genuine suede. Natural marble is inlaid into the sides of the bed's headboard. It looks absolutely beautiful. These seams on the bed add extra volume and softness to the headboard itself, so it will be comfortable for you to lie down and read, and you don't have to add a lot of pillows. The softness is already guaranteed for you. Also, take a look at how beautiful the bedside tables are. They also use natural marble and genuine suede. The base is also made of suede. It fits into this collection very beautifully and organically. The inside of the nightstand is crafted very neatly. I really liked it. I took a look. The seams are perfectly straight, the workmanship is extremely neat, and the gluing is precise. There is also a vanity table presented here. I think the ladies will especially appreciate it. Give a like if you liked this particular model. Another modern space that will fit perfectly into an office. Here is an option that is more suitable specifically for, let's say, a Chinese boss or executive, because this version comes with a teapot. As many of you probably know, all negotiations are usually conducted over tea. At least the Chinese really love this, and probably 80% or more of executives typically have such a tea area. But it can also be easily adapted to a more European style. Just remove the teapots and add the necessary elements. For example, there is an outlet installed here that pops up at the press of a button. You can connect various devices. Everything is designed to look as elegant as possible. Also, in terms of design, there is some asymmetry here and natural motifs have been added, but overall, no. I really like the table, and the chairs used here are also quite comfortable and pleasant. Behind me, you can see a cabinet with a very versatile design. It fits perfectly in a kitchen area, for example, as a wine cabinet, a regular cabinet, or a sideboard for dishes. And you can also place it in an executive office. This cabinet is modular, meaning if you noticed, there is a crossbar here, and it consists of two cylindrical sections. So you can assemble a small structure or cover a very large wall, depending on your preference. And the materials used here are natural marble, lacquered wood, and genuine suede. The desk I showed you also uses natural marble and suede. What do you think of this set? Would you put it in your home? Here, the factory demonstrates that it isn't afraid to work with bold colors, and in a way, it's telling you that you can do the same. I constantly talk about the richness of customization in every video. Let me remind you once again that many factories have several hundred options of just one type of fabric or leather, meaning a huge variety of colors. You can diversify your projects and bring to life absolutely any of your ideas, even the boldest ones. I like this bed because it will appeal to fans of modern things, gadgets, electronics, in other words, geeks. There's a special outlet built right into the side of the bed, and it lets you charge your phone if you support wireless charging. There are also ports for Type-C cables and standard power outlets. In addition, among the interesting features of the bed, take a look at what else is here. There's a button installed here and the side panel turns on and off, so this can serve as an additional lamp for you, or even as the only lamp if, for example, you're not reading but just watching something on your laptop. Or watching a projector, and that's enough to light up the room. What do you think of solutions like this? Pretty impressive, right? A striking table for 6 people. The main thing, pay attention to the leg. Notice how it's made. It has a very beautiful shape. The outside is finished with leather, while the inside has a lacquered coating that imitates veneer. You can immediately tell that this is an expensive table and it will fit perfectly into a stylish interior. The factory produces a lot of designer chairs and isn't afraid to experiment. For example, this is the cocoon chair. The seat and backrest are made from rabbit wool. It has cocoon-like shapes and it swivels. Overall, it's quite a comfortable chair and interestingly made. Here, suede with a reptile pattern is used. Overall, I especially like this chair because it's very comfortable. The way you sit in it, your back is immediately straight, yet nothing feels tense, and it's very soft to sit on. Rabbit wool is also used on the sides here. But this chair, honestly, is a bit questionable. Because look, the armrests here are set quite low. So if you're sitting in a normal position, even a bit relaxed, you can't reach them. I'm 1.83 meters tall. Maybe someone shorter could manage. But for taller people, in order for your arm to rest on the armrest, you'd actually have to sit like this. So honestly, I think it's a questionable solution. It really would have been better to raise the armrests higher. And for those who like these fluffy things, we have a video about Fendi. Take a look. They use similar chairs there, which feature faux fur. Friends, I hope we managed to convey the atmosphere of this manufacturer's showroom. Personally, I really liked everything because there are so many original models, a lot of exclusives, And if you don't want to repeat what others have or look like everyone else, places like this are exactly where you can find those opportunities. If you're interested, contact us in any convenient way using the link below. Our managers will get in touch with you, we'll go over your project in detail for free, and then you can decide for yourself. We'd be happy to see you in person. This was Matvey from GLOBUS in China. See you next time.